Hi guys, how are you all today morning? Good morning. Today is 20th January 2023. My name is TSV Raghavan and I live in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, India. I am a published author with Amazon Kindle and paperback. I write on spiritualism, fiction, and assorted subjects. This is my spiritual vlog on YouTube. Haribol trsv nectar nectar nectar. In this particular vlog, we have been talking about the knowledge and information that we have gleaned from the study of spiritual books, scriptures, contemplation on the material universe, and meditation on the spiritual universe. This particular video is no exception to that rule. In fact, it is only a continuation of what we have been doing in my previous videos. In the process of talking about the famous English proverb, appearances are deceptive, and to prove the authenticity of this proverb, we have been talking about the case history of an international terrorist called Carlos. This one probably will be the concluding part of the life story of Carlos, and it will prove to us how appearances are deceptive. Till now, we know that Carlos was incognito. Nobody lived to identify him. However, the international surveillance agencies, especially of Europe and USA, did not lose heart. They kept searching for him. And one day, the rarest of the rare things happened. One particular henchman of Carlos, who lived to tell the tale about Carlos, was still alive, and he approached the CAA. He told them that he can identify Carlos for them. These people were initially stunned, and then they became very jubilant. They asked him how. He said, Carlos will be attending a conference in a particular building in a particular country at a particular time and date. And he knew about it. The CIA agency officials laid up a telescopic surveillance of that building, and the chief of that detective team had the informer along with him. They waited for a couple of hours. Nothing happened. Suddenly, a couple of gentlemen came out to the lobby to have a smoke and drink. Probably it was interval in their conference. The whole team got tensed. Everybody was watching from the telescope. The chief asked informer, my dear friend, now point your finger at Carlos. This informer smiled and pointed his finger at a particular person and said, "This is Carlos." Here, the proverb, "appearances are deceptive," comes into force. The chief was so stunned when he saw the person who this informer was pointing at that the chief simply hauled this informer and stuck him to the wall. The informer chuckled. The chief said, "Are you joking with me? Do you mean this guy is Carlos?" The informer nodded. Nobody could believe that this person who the informer was pointing at was actually Carlos, because Carlos looked like one Hindi Bollywood Indian actor called Rishi Kapoor, who had done a role in his own father's film Mera Naam Joker. This Carlos looked exactly like Rishi Kapoor. He was a chocolate hero type of person who nobody in his wildest dreams could have imagined that the devil could look like him. He was indeed Carlos, who had committed so many crimes, murders, kidnappings, etc., and who was a global terrorist. Before CIA could nab this chocolate hero, Carlos vanished. The CIA now knew how Carlos looked like. They had photographs of him. So they made several sketches, etc., and went to work on the face. However, this Carlos again became incognito. Probably he had a hunch that he had at last been identified. So this guy holed up in the country of Sudan and settled with his family in that country. Nobody in Sudan knew his real identity. However, the CIA and the other European agencies who were at his tail found out that this guy was in Sudan. CIA was informed and it promptly informed the US government. "No problem," US government said. It cut off aid to the Sudanese government. The Sudanese government was baffled. They could not imagine what they had done to have such antagonistic attitude towards some from USA. When the Sudanese government approached USA told them that they were not at any fault, but that this stopping of AIDS had been done only so that Sudanese government could help the international agencies. They said that one particular person was living incognito in Sudan in a big bungalow. Who he was, these people did not want to tell Sudan. However, they asked him to help them nab him. The Sudanese government helped them to nab him. The Sudanese government informed the local police, and two police constables went simply caught hold of this guy by his collar and dragged him to the place where he was to be brought. It was the Sudanese local police station. Carlos was baffled as to why this Sudanese police station was acting so funnily. He would know a couple of hours later. Then he was told that he was under arrest by the American police, which handed him over to the French police. Carlos already had a life sentence hanging on his head in France. Carlos was brought to France and put on a life imprisonment without parole in France, and he was imprisoned for life. This is one case history which tells us about appearances being deceptive. Kindly subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that I may keep reminding you of my other videos. Till we meet in my next video, it is good morning from TSV Raghavan.